Hi, I want to welcome you all to this recording that's part of a larger series offering mental health and suicide prevention information, support, and resources in response to the global pandemic. My name is Kelsey Schmitz, and I work for the University of Washington at the School Mental Health Assessment Research and Training Center, or SMART Center, as the School Mental Health Lead to the Northwest Mental Health Technology Transfer Center. Our center is located in Seattle, Washington. In response to the critical need for information during and after the global pandemic, a group of organizations based in the Northwest region have quickly formed an alliance to join together to co-develop, co-deliver, co-sponsor, and co-brand content, resources, and other information. In an effort to bring together in one spot a wealth of relevant information and access to school mental health experts, the Northwest MHTTC and the UW Smart Center are partnering with Forefront Suicide Prevention Center, Drs. Jim and Liz Mazza, the Association of Washington School Principals, Northwest Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports Network, Sound Supports, and Well Educator to bring you the Wellbeing Series. If you'd like to learn more about the Wellbeing Series, please visit our Wellbeing Series webpage and learn about the other events that are planned. All the events are free and anyone's welcome to join. If you have any questions, you can reach out to my colleague, Megan Lucy. As I mentioned, we're part of the National Mental Health Technology Transfer Center Network. This network is funded by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration and includes 10 regional centers, a National American Indian and Alaska Native Center, a National Hispanic and Latino Center, and a network coordinating office. If you're interested in reaching out to the Northwest region, where we support the workforce development of school mental health professionals in Alaska, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho, you can find information for how to email us, how to visit our website, sign up for our newsletter, and connect with us on social media. Now we hope that you will join us to go into the living room of Drs. Jim and Liz Mazza with their family as they teach their kids the basics of emotional regulation and specific skills such as mindfulness, distress tolerance, and interpersonal effectiveness, essential skills at any time, but even more critical during COVID-19. We hope you'll tune into this lesson and the other lessons that are scheduled to help your kids and your family reduce conflict and keep this pandemic in perspective. If you're interested, here's the weekly schedule. All lessons will be recorded and posted to YouTube. You can also watch these on YouTube Live by subscribing to the DBT in Schools YouTube page. We also invite you to join us on May 19th and June 16th for a session live with Drs. Jim and Liz Mazza. These sessions require registration, and you can get those registration links as well as information about the rest of this series by visiting the website at the bottom of this slide. We hope you enjoy this lesson.
Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending where you are watching us from. I am Dr. Liz Dexter Mazza, and we are here for our DBT Steps A Student Skills for Surviving and Thriving During COVID-19. If this is your first time joining us, we have been teaching the social-emotional learning curriculum of DBT Skills in Schools, there you go, to our own kids. I'm here with Jim Mazza. Say hello, Jim.
Hello.
And myself. We are the curriculum developers of the DBT Steps A curriculum. And since COVID-19 started and we all had to start doing school from home, we have been teaching the lessons to our children in our living room. And we decided, since we are going to teach it to them, we wanted to make sure we had an opportunity to share it with all of you. So we are glad you are here. We're going to get started in just a moment. I wanted to just give you a couple of quick announcements. And I'll repeat these later at the end as well. So just to let you know that we have our next live Q&A with Jim and I for parents and educators to talk about things that we're doing during COVID-19 coming up on Tuesday, June 16th. Yep, if you could just hit that switch there right to the PowerPoint. Right there we go. On The live Q&A is on Tuesday, June 16th from 10 to 11 a.m. If you go to our website, dbtinschools.com, you can get the registration link for that. And then also, please join us on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings on both Instagram or Facebook Live at 7 a.m. Seattle time for our Parenting Through COVID-19, which is a live stream show from Jim and I that's great for both parents and educators. We'd love to have you there as well. So with that, without further ado, we are going to introduce our classroom to all of you, and then we will get started with our mindfulness. So who's starting this time?
Nada.
Night.
All right. You, Missy, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, my name is Grace, and I'm 8, and I'm in 2nd grade.
Awesome. Your turn.
My name is Jackson. I'm 13 and I'm in 7th grade.
Excellent.
My name's Ashton. I'm in 6th grade. I'm 12 and I'm really tired.
Okay. Well, we are glad you're tired and you're with us. Looks like my microphone. I need to increase my volume a little. There we go.
Are you really glad that he's tired?
I'm glad that he's tired and he's still here. And he's going to throw himself in to participate. So every one of our classes, we start with a mindfulness exercise as a way of us practicing these core skills that we use every day as part of living mindfully in the present moment, being aware, and going from day to day. Today, we're going to practice one of our mindfulness skills of participating in the moment, one mindfully and non-judgmentally. Okay? And so we're going to do a storytelling exercise where we're going to tell stories, and here's the way we're going to tell the story. We are going to tell the story one word at a time. So when you tell a story one word at a time, going from person to person, what do you think might happen in your mind while the story is going around?
When is it going to come to me? When is it going to come to me?
So you're going to be thinking like, when's it my turn?
Where's this going?
Where's the story going? And you might actually start getting an idea of where you want the story to go before it gets to you. And there's the possibility that before it gets to you, that story is going to take a huge left turn from where it was heading, and you're now going to come up with a new word. So that's how we practice being one mindfully in the moment, of not trying to think about how you're going to direct the story, but then just one in the present moment, have you just be able to come up with a word that comes out of your mind next. So as we do this, we're just going to keep going forward one piece at a time. And this is how we're going to practice living mindfully. And one of the things I'm going to have you all do at home during this exercise is that you can also throw words in that you think should go into the chat bar. And then part of Jim's role in this is he's going to participate, but he's going to participate by throwing in some of the words that people put in our chat bar during this exercise. So you are going to participate in this mindfulness practice with us. Does that sound clear to everybody? Mm-hmm. All right. So this one you guys can actually stay sitting down for. But what I do want you to do is to sit mindfully, which means you're going to put your feet flat on the floor. You're going to turn your body, Grace. And I'm actually, Grace, going to try.
I can't really put my feet on the floor.
I know. For this week, today, I'm going to try putting the pillow behind you to see if that helps you sit up. Well, maybe put 2 pillows behind you when we start. Sit up, please. Okay? And then we're going to all start this, and you guys are going to participate as well. So when we start mindfully, I'm going to kneel down so we're all at the same level. And I want you, again, I'll start the story. We're going to go around. So we'll go to Jackson, then Grace, then Ashton. And you guys, on the second round after me, then Jim, you will throw your words from yourself or from the chat bar in for us.
If there's a word there, I'll throw it in. You got it.
Yep, or your own.
Or my own.
As we go through. Does it make sense? Okay. So, one mindfully, non-judgmentally, and being in this moment and not thinking ahead. Or saying like, oh, I don't like where the story's going.
What skills were those? Non-judgmentally, one mindfully.
In the moment.
And in the moment, Yep.
What skills?
House
skills.
House
skills.
How
Nice
we do it.
job,
We do them
guys.
all together.
All right, so you ready? There
Was
A
Big
puppy
Soon
he
will
be
home
Godzilla
what?
interrupted
Fair.
There.
Family.
Outing.
Smelled.
Burgers.
With.
Pickles.
So,
Pie.
Was.
Fat.
Tasty.
and
Dessert.
Didn't.
Taste.
Good.
period. All right.
That was one
was
sentence.
That was a paragraph.
Okay.
That
I never
was
said it was
one
a sentence. It was a story. I just ended it with a period. Thank you for participating. I love what you guys threw out there. So, what did you observe? What did you notice during that exercise for yourself?
At one point, we were throwing out random words.
So, noticed random words.
I think Godzilla was meant to come before
Bear. Yeah.
Oh, so in your mind,
Yeah,
you wanted
Godzilla
Godzilla.
just-
So
Dog.
because
it was meant to go where it was meant to go.
Came
Godzilla.
So throwing, like having going and what
Yeah.
you wanted the story you thought would be.
You know, I just noticed that
Or a Godzilla dog.
Godzilla, like, it couldn't have been just then because, like,
I was
That's
thinking, well,
still
see, in my head, I was like, oh, there's thinking about getting a puppy, and then Godzilla came and interrupted the puppy getting, right? My mind was going forward into where's this story gonna go? And then it took a left turn to Godzilla and dessert and burgers.
I thought it was going to be a puppy
pie.
falling into a river.
What observations did you notice at home?
Put it in the chat.
Any other notices? Did you notice any judgments come up?
No.
Yes.
In my mind,
Yes. What judgment did you have, Jackson?
Dessert didn't taste good.
Oh, so in our
Dessert didn't taste good.
so in this we had a judgment in our story that came up. And what judgments did you notice in your mind, Grace?
well, I was thinking, where the heck is this going?
Okay, you're like, oh, just kind of judging where is this story going off the rails. Okay, do we have any observations at home?
There are no observations put in the chat bar so
All right,
far.
so my last question is, how is an exercise like this relevant to us practicing mindfulness or being mindful in our lives?
We have to be one in the moment, not thinking about what we're going to do and not thinking about what already happened.
Exactly.
Wow, look
On
at
it.
you.
You got it, girl. Give me a high five there.
One for one.
One for one.
Well
Exactly.
done.
Right? Of being in the moment and being able to let go when things don't go as we expected. Right? We don't like change. We're often having things are expected to be this way. And when our expectations don't happen, our emotions can go up. So this is a practice we do to really be able to tolerate and move through things changing and not going as expected. Kind of like COVID-19. Many of us, none of us probably expected to do the last third of our school year from home.
Not one.
All right. Okay, so we are going to switch gears here. Jim's going to take over. He's going to teach as we move into our Interpersonal Effectiveness module. Keep throwing your questions and comments in the chat bar, and I will manage that and respond for you.
Grace got a shout out from our fans there. So, way to go, Grace. Nice work, honey. Great job. All right. So, hi, I'm Jim. And so one of the things that I thought we're going to do today is we're going to do actually our last module of skills. All right. And so this is what we call our interpersonal effectiveness skills. And if we could put that slide up there for everyone to see to show where we are, that would be great. And I'll summarize. Great, thank you. And so what I'd like to do there is to say, so remember that DBT and the skills have two different areas, right? It's a balance. And so we've got acceptance and validation on one side, and then we've got change skills, right, or problem solving on the other. We've already covered mindfulness, and we've covered distress tolerance on the one side. That's our validation side, or acceptance side. And we covered our emotional regulation skills, and today we're starting interpersonal effectiveness skills over here. We're going to do the give and the fast skills, all right? And so that's where we are. That is great. Next slide. Let's see if that's where I want to be. Great. So leave it right there. Perfect. And so why do we have to worry about doing interpersonal effectiveness? What do you think that even means? And what do you guys think
Doing
at
what's
home?
right.
You can flip that back for me.
Doing what's right.
So doing what's right, possibly. I don't know if it's. I don't know if
Being
there's right and wrong.
effective, that's in your own values.
Being effective with this in your own values. I like that. What does that mean though when we're working with other people, when we're talking with others? And you at home, please go ahead and put in the chat bar too. What do you think interpersonal
Being
effectiveness means?
effective with the community's values.
So has there ever been a time when you've wanted to get something where you know that your parent or a person might not be really interested in providing that for you? Is there a possibility? Because I can think of something we talked about last week that might be that situation. So what do you think?
Dog.
So a puppy. You guys have been asking for a puppy for a long time. The audience here has certainly not been objective in this about what we're doing, right?
Yeah, we're
And so-
getting an Australian
So
bird
wait,
noodle.
so we don't have any decisions made yet. So
Yes,
this
we
is the
do.
perfect time to talk about interpersonal effectiveness,
On our walk,
right?
we said we would get a
Because
dog.
what is your goal to mom and dad?
To make you happy.
To make us to make us
to
happy.
make
That's
you
great.
get us a dog.
To make it's exactly right. You have a goal to get a dog, right?
Yeah.
And mom, if you could flip to that slide now to show.
Yeah, we've got negotiations being shouted out over here.
Those are all of our puppy people, right? So one of the things that we have to think about when we're having interpersonal effectiveness skills is what's our priority. You guys have a priority of wanting to get a puppy, right? Is that fair, Grace? That means on that first one, it says getting what I want, obtaining my goal. What's your goal?
To get a puppy.
Get a puppy. So that's what we call
Get a puppy.
object effectiveness, right? You have an object that you're trying to attain. You're trying to reach that goal, right? That's your main priority, all right? We're going to talk about what that skill is because that's called our Dear Man skill. We're going to talk about that on Thursday. There might be another goal where if you want to get a puppy, you might want to make sure that you're in a good place with mom and dad. Is that fair? Mm-hmm. Yes? So then the relationship becomes kind of important, right? And so that second priority, that second issue is maintaining and improve my relationship. If you guys are not doing well in mom and dad's eyes and we're scolding you and struggling with trust and with other types of issues, what's the likelihood of us getting a puppy? Increasing or decreasing?
Decrease.
Decreasing.
Because you don't like us.
That's right. Well, not because I don't like you, because you're showing me that you don't have the responsibility, that you're not going to take this having a puppy seriously, right? So if you can increase that relationship, then you're more likely to obtain your goal, right?
Yes.
So possibly the main a priority could be that you want to increase and maintain that relationship. There's a third possibility with interpersonal effectiveness. When somebody might have you do something that you don't want to do, right? And then we say, oh my gosh, wait a minute, this is a friend of mine that's asking me to do something. I don't feel comfortable doing this. How do I say no gently?
What and fast?
So it'd be really hard, right?
Isn't that the give and fast?
It is. So I'm going to come to that. So that's part of our keeping our and maintaining our self-respect or our values, right? And that's actually what we call our fast skills, right? Maintaining my values and self-respect, no matter what that is. Because have you ever been in a situation where you've gone against your values?
See.
How does it turn out?
Yeah. Not good.
Not good, right? It doesn't feel good to us, right? And then we're frustrated with us, right? So I think that's important. So what I want to do is I want us to work today on what's called the give skills for relationship effectiveness, right? And the fast skills for self-respect effectiveness, all right? Give and fast are mnemonic devices. Imagine that, right? We've had quite a few of those. So you guys have handouts. For those of you at home with our book, we're going to start with the give skills. That's on page 270. And it's handout 27.1. So can you guys grab your clipboards?
70 or 470?
What did I say?
470.
470. It's going to be 470. Did I say 270? Thank you. All right. So, Jackson, can you read the G in give, please?
Be gentle. Be nice and respectful. Don't attack, use threats, or make judgments. Be aware of your tone of voice.
Great. So being aware of your tone of voice is important, right? So that's over here on our board, right? It's about being gentle. And so We want to do that. So Grace, can you read the I in give, please? You see it?
Be interested.
Yep.
Act interested.
Nice and loud.
Listen and act interested in what the other person is saying. Don't interpret or talk over the other person. Don't make faces. Maintain good eye contact.
Okay, great. Don't make faces. Maintain good eye contact, right? So how does it feel when somebody is talking to you and they get their cell phone and they turn their back to you?
That doesn't feel...
Hello.
I exist.
Well, it doesn't feel good, right?
I'm
It's not
here.
comfortable, all right? And so we have a hard
Are you
time.
paying attention?
We have a hard time believing that, right? And so sometimes when we're having conversations at the dinner table, what do I always say to you?
Sit up.
Or I say,
Don't lay down.
what? Yeah, right. I'll wave my hand. I'll go, hey, no, I'm over here.
Earth to
I want eye
Jackson.
contact, right?
Earth
So
to
if
James.
right, Earth to Jackson.
Earth to James.
Yeah, Earth to James sometimes, right? So we get distracted. So that's acting interesting. All right. Ashton, please read the V in give.
Validate. Show that you understand the other person's feelings or opinions. Be non-judgmental out loud. I can understand how you feel, and I realize this is hard. I see you are busy, and that must have felt blank.
All right. So tell me why validation is important. Can you think about that? So you said, I can understand how you feel.
Make the
I realize
person
this is
feel
hard.
good.
You make the person feel good. So what's the objective there? Is it to make them feel good?
Or to make them feel better.
Well, feel good, feel better. They're both kind of judgments. What's the idea?
Make them feel good.
What if it's a sad situation? Are we really trying to make them feel good?
Comfort them.
Comfort them. Great, Grace. Why? Grace
Because you
going
think
for
that's
two.
what they need.
That's what they need. Have we had any situations
Because we felt what they felt.
we felt correct? So that's just where I was going to, Grace. That's great. So Ashton, have there been a time before for you or for you, Jackson, where you have felt like, or for you guys at home, where you have felt like that nobody understands you? That you feel like you're all alone?
See.
Yes? Yeah? All right,
Yep.
can you think of something recently? Can you guys think of anything at home that where you or your child or children have felt like that nobody gets it, that mom and mom, dad and dad, they just don't get it?
No.
You can't think of anything yet?
No, not for me.
How about yourself?
Well, there
Nothing?
is one I can
Math.
think of, but I don't really want to share it.
Homework? Okay, that's fine, Grace. You don't have
Math
to
for
share it if you don't
Ashton.
want to, right? So there are times when we've had situations where things we struggle, right? How about when maybe dad doesn't understand the need to get a puppy?
Yeah.
Right?
Terrible.
All right. So if I can say to you, I understand that you would love to have this cute, cuddly little thing to play with and to take out and have.
It's not
right?
a thing.
But why not
It's a
the
I
bunny?
understand. I'm simply saying that as a spot, right? That
What about a bunny?
if I can see your perspective, do you feel like, oh, somebody kind of gets where I'm coming from?
See.
Yes. So
Yeah.
even if you're sad, that's why we validate, so that we get somebody's perspective. Now, does validation mean that we always approve of what somebody's done?
No.
No.
No, it doesn't, right? So if
But
somebody
you
gets
don't
mad,
like what we're doing,
so
what
here's
they're
a good
doing,
point,
but we also
Ashton and
see why they're
Jackson.
doing it.
Has there ever been a time in the last 6 months where one of you has hit the other?
No.
Yes.
Actually, yes. Yesterday, I got hit in the face with
Yeah,
my body.
and you like it, right? And if I can say, hey, Jackson,
Stop.
I get that Ashton was being annoying, and it's not okay to hit him. Does that feel like, oh, Dad gets it?
No.
A little bit?
Not really.
Well, I think it kind of does. I think that and you felt better. So it confirms that yes, he was being annoying and not okay to what the behavior was. All right. Has there been a time when you've been teasing Jackson?
No.
Every day. Nice try, right? and I can say, I get that you want to tease and be playful. And are there times when you cross the line?
No.
Every day. You're 0 for 2 now, right? And so it's helpful for you when I can get that you want to
I'm
play,
0 for
and
0.
you recognize I'm not going to validate the behavior in what you're doing. All right? So that's the last one. Jackson, can you read the E for easy manner, please?
Use an easy manner. Smile. Use humor. Use non-threatening body language, and leave your attitude at the door.
Great. So in easy manner. So when we're trying to put these things all together and we're asking for someone we're trying to increase that relationship, we need to be using our facial cues, smiling. Humor's fine to do, right? Easy manner. And if I say, and I told the important, if I say, oh, that was just great, that's not the same as, oh, great. It's a great idea, right? And so we want to make sure that changes, all right? And so I think that's important. So let's do this. I have a couple of scenarios for us, all right? And so I want to make sure that we figure this out, that when we're doing this interpersonal effectiveness, that we're actually asking somebody something rather than commanding them to do something, all right? So there are two scenarios. I think I have them on a slide. Those of you at home, I want you to be able to think about scenario 1 or scenario 2, what works for you. We're going to turn off our microphones and take 90 seconds to kind of describe our role play here that we're going to do. We're going to do one or the other. And then we're going to come back and come live, and we're going to demonstrate the give skill in this regard, all right? And if you need the chart that what give is, we have that as a slide. So go ahead and take down which scenario that you think is important, all right? And we will then turn off our microphones and meet as a team here as well.
And in about 30 seconds, I'll switch to the give slide for you.
Okay,
so read
great.
the scenario first.
So, okay.
Now we're back.
We're back. All right. So here's what we're going to do. For the sake of time, Liz and Jackson are going to do our first give scenario for the audience, all right? And so let us know what you think about this scenario in the chat box. And then also, if you have a scenario that you did that was different than the two that we gave you, let us know that and then how it went. All right, so I'm going to do some coaching. Who's doing, who's what? Who's Animal Crossing and who's Halo?
I want to play Animal Crossing.
Halo.
Halo, you're Halo. All right. So let's stand up though so that we can.
If we stand up, we'll be too tall.
Okay, then I'll let you. And then Jackson, here's your board over here.
Uh-huh.
All right. And so make sure that you go through these gifts, right? Be gentle, act interested, validate in an easy manner. And those of you, see if you can't at home. Make sure that Jackson is doing each one of the steps. See if you can see where, see each one of those letters that are there. You want to use that? Okay, so.
All right. Jackson, I overheard you telling somebody the other day that you've been super bored during this whole COVID-19. I'm so bored too. I was thinking, do you want to hang out on Friday night and play on Xbox or Steam?
Well, I mean, I could. I have been looking forward to someone to play Halo with.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to play Halo. I wanted to play Animal Crossing. That's a new fun game I've been playing, and I think it's really cool to like build our community on our islands and stuff.
Oh, that does sound interesting. I might want to do that.
So you'd be willing to do that with me? Because I don't want to play Halo. That's a game that I'm not allowed to play, and there's a lot of killing and stuff in it.
Yeah, I get that. My parents don't let me play that sometimes. Well, I'm only allowed to play it when I'm the one in the house or the only one awake. So it makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense. So you're totally willing to give up playing Halo and you'll play Animal Crossing with me?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, I really appreciate that. That's really kind of you to think about what I want.
Great. Nice work, you two. Nice work. Clap, clap, clap. All right. So, Jackson, coming back to you now. What was your G, being gentle? Where do you think that was? Because Mom kind of asked you to do this first. So how are you being gentle? I should actually ask Mom how she was being gentle.
Yeah.
She did the original asking. Mom?
I started with asking, hearing that he's been bored and if he wanted to hang out because I understood what that felt like to be bored.
Okay, great. All right. Acting interesting. Interested.
That was more of me.
You did part of that, and again, remember this is one person doing this, priest. So you did because you were interested. You guys are good friends.
Crossing.
And Mom, how did you show that you were interested?
By asking him to play and understanding. I was probably less interested in Halo.
Yeah, you were pretty quick to go.
Like, nope, I don't want to play Halo.
Right.
I was less interested. How did that feel when I was like, nope?
Not really.
Something I
Yeah.
don't get is you're like, you want to play this, you want to play that on
Louder?
Xbox because like you were in person with him. It felt like because you're like, I overheard you yesterday. So like in person, why don't you like go somewhere else and not like?
Yeah, like your mic.
Well, you're gonna sometimes pick up things like in school and from conversations, right? And so I think that's a pretty natural thing, right? And so, we're not gonna do in-person video games at this point, not during COVID-19. So I think that the scenario fits. All right.
Or maybe you overheard or hear your brother or your sister like when they're talking to somebody else about how bored they are,
Right.
and you're going to use the give skills with your sibling.
So has that ever happened so far for you, any of you in COVID-19 so far, where your kids have said, "I'm bored"? Right? Has it happened to you?
I'm bored.
Has it happened to you? See?
Yes.
Has it happened to you?
Very much.
Very much, right. And so I think that was a good one. So where's the validation, Mom? What did you validate for him?
That he likes to play Halo.
He does like to play Halo,
Can I get some water?
And that he's bored.
okay? And so,
I think I said that.
Okay.
I might not have.
so
Jackson was very validating of me.
yes, he was. He was very valid. He said, I can see how you think that that's a fun game and so forth. So
Yeah, my parents don't let me play Halo because
Sometimes.
sometimes because of its intensity and graphics.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And then what was the easy manner?
And somebody at home said it makes a big difference that your parents won't let you. It's easier to be able to shift to something else when you know it just is something you're not allowed to do.
Right.
That'll be interesting when we get to our fast skills.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. So great. All right. So thank you for doing that. So that was our give skill. All right. And you guys, we talked together. For the sake of time, we're gonna save your stardom here, your role play for the fast skills. All right. So let's think about fast skills for a minute, okay? And I've got some triangles up here, and I want you to
Yes, you do.
the triangle means, so look what happens here if this is me and this is you here, me and you, and I'm being selfish and doing all the things I want, that this is all about me, right? This is all about me. How are you going to feel?
Left out.
Left out, not
out.
important, right?
Is that supposed to be a
Below
seesaw?
you.
Right? I don't know if it's below. Yeah, it's a seesaw.
Please.
Correct.
Oh.
What if we do it the other way? What if we do it this way, where, can you see that?
You're good, you're good.
Okay. And then I'm me over here, and it's all about you. What's that going to do?
It's gonna make you feel
left
the other
out.
one out.
Yeah, I'm not worth it. I don't
Now
feel
you
very
know
good,
how
right?
I feel.
Has that ever happened to anybody there, where we've done something all for the other person, and then we don't feel like we count very much, right? Has that happened?
Mom in the book.
I know
Mom in the
something
book.
that you can do with the
Usually
seesaw.
more of the work, but he gets better pay.
Oh, so yeah, I see what you're saying. So yeah, I think that there are different places where we can see that, right? Where sometimes we feel like we're not getting treated equally, right? Okay,
I know
and then
what you do.
what we're trying to strive for is right here, where me and you are even, right? That's what we're looking to do, right? Where the focus is on both of us at that point. All right, so in the FAST skills, we're now looking at self-respect as the biggest priority. So Grace, can you read the F on your handout here? This is going to be on page 472, handout 28.1 for the FAST skills. What does the F say?
Be fair to yourself and to the other person.
Great.
I thought it was
So-
and to other person.
No, and to the other person, right? So being fair, that's what we want to do. We want to make sure things are fair in that regard, right? Jackson, can you read the A?
No apologies. Don't over-apologize for your behavior, for making a request, or for being you. If you wrong someone, don't under-apologize.
Right. So that means that sometimes we put our heads down and we say, oh, I'm so sorry, I won't do that again. And so we kind of over-apologize. We over-apologize for having a decision. We over-apologize sometimes for doing things that are true to our values, and because they're different than somebody else's, we tend to feel like we must not count as much. We feel like, that we're not as cool as them because we've got these other values, right? At the same time, if we do something wrong, though, it's important that we do apologize, right? We should say, I'm sorry. We don't want to under-apologize, right? And so I think that's important. That's the A in our FAST skills, all right? S. Ashton, read the S, please.
The S is stick to values. Stick to your own values and opinions. Don't sell out to get what you want, to fit in or avoid saying no. Refer to the list of values and priorities in handout 9.5 regulation module.
Okay, so what do you think that means, Ashton? Stick to your values. So give me an example where that might be important.
Staying.
Like
Ashton, sir.
someone asks you to do something, but it's against your values.
Give me an example.
Like they ask you to play some sort of gory game that you're not allowed.
Could be a gory game. I like that a lot.
That you're not allowed to.
Right? I'm thinking, Grace, something that you've done that someone might have asked you to do.
Be an Evan Hansen.
Be an Evan Hansen. So how is that going against your values?
Sneak out to play with your
sneak
friends.
out? Okay, right.
doing an
So
Evan
sneaking out, that'd be a good one, right? Jackson.
What?
Anything that any examples that you might think of that are against your values?
Me lying?
Lying would be good. Okay, so you don't want to lie. I agree with that. Has anybody asked you to do something that maybe might be against your values?
No.
Cheat. Give you homework assignments. Let them copy. Ask you to do things maybe text messaging, playing games that you're not supposed to play. So you haven't had that happen. Okay. And so those are some of the things that may happen for you at home, right? And some of those things. And so what we want to do is we want to be able to keep our self-respect, right? That's our FAST skills. And so what I want us to learn here is that FAST skills are used as, again, interpersonal effectiveness, where, like Ashton said today, if you do something against your values, how does it turn out?
Bad.
Not well, right?
It gets you farther from what you want.
And farther from who you are. And then, do you feel guilt after that because you did something against your values?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it leads to trouble, right?
And then sometimes it leads to shame.
Shame, right? It leads to shame. And so that could possibly be, right? We certainly don't like the guilt because we've done something against our own values, right? And so, do we ever get angry with ourselves because we've done something against our own values?
Yes, I felt guilty a lot when I lie.
Yes. So when you've lied before, you feel guilty. That's exactly. And guilt then has this really powerful emotion that has this kind of becoming a recluse, right? Moving away from things. All right.
And I've got another example is that pre-COVID-19, being loud or overly silly in a store with friends would be a place that would kind of go against some values.
Right. I think that's a good idea. So we've got, again, 2 more scenarios that we want you to practice at home. We're going to do the same thing and turn off our microphones for about roughly 90 seconds. The fast skills, there's also a slide for that, and so we have them up on the board as well. All right, and so the 2 scenarios Liz is going to put up there in just a second. I want you guys to look at them. So you have your scenarios.
Yeah, and I'll just add on 2 more things that people said with the fast skills are, when they're being silly in the store with friends, you're feeling disappointed with yourself, or wanting to be friends with people that like to do things that you're not comfortable with or are wrong.
I'm correct. That's what I was going to say too. I think that's a great point, is that oftentimes we want to be sometimes hanging out with the really cool kids, supposedly, right? And they're doing things that we know are against our values, and we have a strong desire to want to be cool like them, right? And so we want to do things like they're doing, even though it's against our values. So we're going to talk about that as one of our scenarios. All right. So let's do that. There are the 2 scenarios for you. You guys go ahead and meet together. And we're going to do the same here. We're going to, Liz is going to put up the fast skill table so you know what those are for you. And then we're going to give you about 90 seconds to go through the fast skill scenarios as well.
So choose one of these scenarios.
Correct.
Is that your good friend stayed up last night playing video games and they have an assignment due this morning, or asking if you can copy your assignment so they don't get in trouble. You're going to use your fast skill. And then the friend you really liked and played Animal Crossing with on Friday night asked you to send some kind of inappropriate text to them, and you're not comfortable with this request, and you really like them, so you use your fast skill. Choose something that you might want to use.
And that "and" is capitalized because that's our dialectic, right? They want you to do something, and you really like them. Do something that you don't want to do, and you really like them.
Right, and dealing with the backlash of not going along with the person can be hard.
It can be very hard, so we can talk about that. All right, so let's go ahead and mute us, and we'll talk about it. All right, I hope that gave you a little bit of time. We are going to do scenario 1 again. We're going to have Grace and Ashton be our 2-star players here, all right, our actors. And Ashton is going to be asking Grace to copy the homework, all right? And Grace, here's your fast skills.
Because he stayed up all night playing Animal Crossing.
Wait. Wait until we go. All right, so Ashton has to ask you first, all right? Make sure you look at Ashton. Remember, eye contact's important. All right, ready? Go, Ashton.
So I stayed up all night playing video games, Animal Crossing. So, and I didn't do the assignment due today, so can I just copy off yours and turn it in?
Well, I don't exactly feel comfortable with you doing that. I see what you're saying and you don't want to get in trouble. And that kind of goes against my own values. I hope you understand my decision, so can we still be friends?
Sure.
That was great. Nice work, you two. Boom. All right, so how did things go at home there?
Sister.
All right, and then comment, do you think that would work? I mean, Grace being 8 years old, would that work? Did she stay in line with her values? Okay, so.
And someone at home said, if someone wanted to copy my assignment, I would say no. And if it got out of hand, I would tell a teacher.
Okay, also a good scenario. All right, so Grace, I'm putting you on the spot here. Come over here. Where were you being fair? How did you show Ashton you were being fair to him?
I looked at his side of the story.
You looked at his side of the story, so you could actually even validate a little bit, right? You can see where he's coming from. That's great. So seeing his side, that's a dialectic, right? Did you apologize for your stance?
No.
No? No apologies needed, right? No apologies needed, so that was good. How about stick to your values? How did you show Ashton you wanted to stick to your values? It was against your values.
I told him that it was against my values to let him copy my work because he didn't actually do the work.
Right, nice and loud, okay, for the microphone, right? And the value of cheating is not something that you want to do, right? You don't want to keep doing that, all right?
Yeah, because
and then, how about being truthful? What was the last thing you said that you thought was truthful?
Can we still be friends?
Can we still be friends, right? You still like the person, right? You and Ashton still want to be friends, and you're still not going to let him copy your assignment. All right. Did we get any other comments from home about that scenario?
Huge clap, clap, clap. Well done.
Yeah, I would agree. Yay. All right. So, nice work. All right. So, any questions on given fast skills from my audience? Any questions from this audience?
No.
All right. If any comes in, Mom, let me know. And then here's the summary. Here's what I hope you took away with today, right?
Take home points.
It is the take-home points. Thanks, Ashton. So take a moment and be mindful to determine what your goal is for the interaction, right? We have to figure out, is it going to be the relationship's the most important part? My self-respect the most important part? And there's also this object effectiveness that we're going to cover on Thursday, right? So in this case, relationship versus self-respect, all right? The give skill, we want to use a set of skills when the relationship is the highest priority, right? Mm-hmm. That becomes important. Remember, in the give skill, validation is so key. And validation does not mean approval of the behavior. You can understand somebody's point of view. You can understand that they're in pain. You can understand that they're angry. You can understand that they're sad and not approve that they hit somebody, that they smash something, all right?
Or
so
they cheated.
I think that's what's that?
Or they cheated.
Or they cheated, right? You don't have to approve the behavior. Validation does not mean you approve the behavior. The third thing is that the fast skills is using this set of skills is when your self-respect is the top priority. And this is really important when you get to situations where people are asking you to do something that you feel uncomfortable doing, right?
Like smoke.
Cheating's one of them. Could be smoking. That's another one, right?
Stealing.
Could be stealing. Could be skipping out of the house, right?
Alcohol.
Breaking curfew. Alcohol.
Or sneaking
Alcohol
video
is-
games that you know you're not supposed to do.
Signing up on the football team.
Could be, right?
Forcing a signature.
Forcing a signature.
Forging.
One thing that I'm also thinking that a lot of kids are struggling with is that they're going out on socially distanced walks or bike rides with
Just
their
gonna
friends.
go there, correct.
And then giving up on the social distancing because other people are just getting closer, then your urge is to get closer and not maintain that distance.
So one of the things that we're starting to see is that people are starting to get a little bit more caught in emotion mind, and when they're doing their social distancing as things are opening up, they're bringing down their protection, right? And so they're not using their wise mind at that point, right? And so they're, even though they have a value of wanting to stay safe, they're not showing that piece that's there, right? And so it's really hard. Keep in mind too that it's not if you do one of these skills versus the other. You often will stack these skills. As the kids were saying here, we're debating about whether we're going to get a puppy, right? And so give skills becomes really important to show me that the relationship that I have with them, that they're increasing their responsibility to get to their goal, though, which is object effectiveness of getting a dog, right? And so that's how those are going to stack. And dad, on the self-respect side, is saying, oh my gosh, am I sticking to my values? Because we have values. We really would like a dog. We just have been traveling a lot. And so am I sticking to my values? So, and I don't want to apologize for my values. I just want to make sure we're being fair to us as a family
And the dog.
also fair to the dog. You've got it. With that, we've got a quick announcements here. All right.
Make sure to hit the
we're
like
live-
button.
We're live Q&A. All right. On June 16th at 10 to 11 p.m. That is being sponsored. Sorry, did I say p.m.? 10 to 11 a.m. That is being Seattle time or Pacific Daylight time. That is being sponsored by Forefront and the Mental Health Technology Transfer Center. They're helping us put that on. And then our last one is Parenting Through COVID-19. We live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 7 a.m. on Instagram and Facebook Live. With that, you guys enjoy your week, and I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. Take care and go skillfully.
Make sure to subscribe and
Hit the like button.
Say goodbye.